How's it, everyone? So today I'm going to be demonstrating the last section of my straight arm workout that I've been doing. And what we're doing here is a straight arm scapular strength training session. So with the straight arm session, what it means is we're not going to bend the elbow. So what this helps you do is make the scapula engage without the engagement of getting the flexors and extensors in your arm to help out. So it isolates the shoulder girdle, working in with the rib cage and the spine. This is a fantastic way to really ensure that your shoulder girdle is working efficiently. So if you want bulletproof shoulders, try this routine out and definitely start incorporating it into your resistance training program. So what we're going to do is start off with the vertical pulling. We're going to go for a pronated grip. We always make sure that we tuck the pelvis up and under, scoop it in, keep the butt tight, keep the abs tight. Now the reason we do this is if you let your lower back leach out energy, what happens is the scapula is doing the work, but it's not connecting with the hips. And if you look at your lats are attached from your shoulder all the way down to your hips. So you don't want to only be working half of the lat and negating the lower part of the lats and the lower abs. It's essential that you incorporate all of this in your training. If you look at the way gymnasts train and you look at how they hold their body in a perfect straight line, this is a phenomenon called the hollow body technique. And I highly recommend you adopt this into your movements. So here we go. So palms are facing forward. I've got my pelvis scooping up and under, my butt tight, abs tight, locking the elbows, getting a full stretch. 1, 2, 3. Now pull the shoulders down. 1, 2, 3. Release the shoulders up. Keep the abs tight. Pull the shoulders down, chest up, keep the abs locked in. 2, 2, 3. Release. 2, 3. And 3, 2, 3. Release. 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. Release. 2, 3. Try to keep the elbows nice and locked and keep the pelvis tucked up and under. I'm going to try work up towards a 10 rep range. Let's try about another 3 and 2. Really locking the abs in, making your abs work, yeah? 1 more. All right, let's move on to the next movement, which is going to be a vertical pressing movement. Okay, so for the vertical pressing movement, I'm going to be doing this in a pike position. Now, the reason why I'm doing it in a pike position is I don't want my lower back going into any hyperextension. So I could put my feet up into a full vertical handstand position, but I feel like I get better control doing this pike position. If you feel like you can do it in a handstand position and you're that advanced and you can lock your hollow body in with good form, by all means go for it. But for good technique-wise, I'm going for this variation. So I've got my legs hooked up into the stall bar. You can use a box or a bench to put your feet on. You're trying to keep your hips stacked over your shoulders. Bring your shoulders down. Push your shoulders up. 1, 2, 3. Let the shoulders sink down. 2, 2, 3. And go in for reps again. 3, 2, 3. Sink down. Try to keep the elbows locked. 4, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. 7, 2, 3. I'm going to try 1 more. 8, 2, 3. So with this, you're always trying to keep your elbows locked. In the beginning, it doesn't matter. If your elbows aren't completely locking out, that's the challenge on its own. So locking those elbows out, rotating those elbows outwards as you push up, and then letting the shoulders sink down, pushing up, and give your best go at this one. I find this personally a challenging movement because my shoulder girdle isn't my most flexible flexible part of my body. So we're all good at one thing and bad at another. You just need to keep chipping away at it. Okay, so for the next vertical pulling position, I'm going to put my hands in a supinated grip, so palms facing up towards me, and we're going to do the same, pulling the shoulders down and releasing, but with a supinated grip. So feet out in front again, abs locked up and under, and pulling up. 1, 2, 3. Release, keeping those abs tight. 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3. Trying to keep the hands in a supinated grip, so palms facing you. If you're doing it really well, you should be feeling your abs working. If you're keeping your abs locked up and under, butt tight, abs tight, and that'll do me. Next on, we're going to work into a vertical pressing movement. So we're going to put the rings below the shoulders to do the pressing movement. Let's get on it. Okay, so we're working on the last vertical pressing movement. I've got the rings a little bit lower here, so I'm going to pop up, lock the elbows, get the pelvis locked up and under, push the shoulders down, press the shoulders apart, and then sink, release. Push down, release. Push down, release. What you can do with this one is as you push is turn the palms in and forward. And that helps get those shoulders to press down and through. And this one, you'll really feel the chest working on this one. All right, so now we're going to move on to the horizontal pushing and pulling variations. Next, we're going to move into a horizontal scapular row. So I've got the rings down at hip height. I'm going to come underneath the rings. I'm going to lock my legs, tuck my pelvis up and under, palms facing forward. And what we're going to do is pull the shoulder blades together. Now, what you want to avoid doing is hyperextending the lower back. So making sure that the pelvis is locked up and under, keep the abs tight, keep the butt tight, pull the scapula together, and then release. Scapula together, and release. Really making sure you lock that pelvis up and under and keep the butt tight. That's possibly the most challenging part of this movement, is to keep the pelvis locked up and under. Everyone tries to hyperextend in their lower back by arching their lower back. You want to avoid this like the plague. Make it easier by simply shuffling back and keeping that pelvis locked up and under. Cool, so that's a pronated grip. From there, we're going to work into a supinated grip. So palms now facing upward. Shoulder blades together. 1, 2, 3, release. 2, 2, 3. And working that nice supinated grip. From there, we can turn into a neutral grip, which is a bit easier. So the pronated grip is the second or the easiest version of it. The supinated grip is a bit easier, and now the neutral grip is the easier. So I like to superset going pronated grip, supinated grip, neutral grip. Righto, so we're going to move into the horizontal pushing position. So we're going to start in a push-up position with this supinated grip, so palms facing forward. This is the most challenging variation of this pressing. We're going to tuck the pelvis up and under. You're going to let the shoulder blades try squeeze together. Now you'll feel your lower back wants to do that. So you've got to make sure that your pelvis is locked up and under, your butt's super tight, your abs are braced. Let the shoulders come together, press apart. So this is wonderful because the rings are really challenging all the stabilizers in your shoulder girdle. Gymnastic rings are so good for that. They really help make your shoulder blades absolutely bulletproof. So that's the supinated grip. From there, we're going to move into a pronated grip, so palms facing back and shoulder blades together, abs tight, butt tight, elbows locked. Press through the shoulder blades, shoulders together, press through the shoulders, together, press through the shoulders. From there, we're going to move into a supinated, semi-supinated grip. So the palms are facing in toward each other. And we again let the shoulder blades come together. Keep the abs tight, butt tight. Press those shoulder blades apart. Together. Press shoulder blades apart. Together. Press shoulder blades together apart. All right, so those are the 3 variations of the horizontal pressing movement. Here we are on the last exercise, and we're going to do pull-aparts. So I put the rings here at about sternum height. I'm going to lean back into the rings. You can see the angle is a lot easier. I've shaved off the position. If you do this too underneath, it's really almost impossible to do. So we're going to scoop the pelvis up and under. Cool, we're moving on to the last of the series. So this one is the shoulder pull apart. So we're going to bring the rings to about sternum height. Lean back at a lot more conservative angle. Scoop the pelvis up and under. Now look what I do through my shoulder blades. I engage the shoulder blades first, and then from here, pulling open. Now when you pull open like this, you'll feel there's a tendency for your lower back to want to compensate and lift up. So you're going to avoid that like the plague. You're going to tuck the pelvis up and under, lock the shoulders in, pull the shoulders there. So stay there. If you pull too much, you're going to lose the tension, right? So it's a fine balance of keeping a constant tension in the rings here. So scoop pelvis up and under, engage shoulder blades together, pull the arms apart, feel the back of the shoulders firing off. 1, 2, 3. Now you'll see here when I let my arms come to the front, I'm keeping my shoulder blades pulled together. Reset those shoulders, pull apart. 2. Make it easier so it can be controlled. Shoulder blades together. 3. Control, 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 control. Shoulders together. 4. Okay, so make sure that you always pay close attention to that one of keeping your pelvis locked up and under. Give this a go. I would try at least 3 rounds of the whole routine. What you can do is do 3 sets of each one. So you, for example, if you're doing a pull, then you superset it with a push. So follow the format of the video, and you'll find that your shoulders have got a really good workout. Not only that, you'll notice that your arms and your biceps have worked out quite a bit too. I really appreciate if you like and subscribe to my channel so I can give you more content. And if you have any requests, let me know in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. Cheers.